Hello everyone and welcome back to the EPFA Cup 2022. This, the final game in the initial round robin stage between Germany and Switzerland. As our officials just lead the teams onto the field of play. Very interesting how the table currently lies. Italy on 7, Germany on 7, a Switzerland win here, and a few with a 2+ goal margin would see Germany slip out of the semi-final placing, so they'll want to secure the 3 points here and their semi-final against Scotland at 5:45 local Swiss time this afternoon. Once again, joined on co-coms by Alex Dowdin. Just to go through them squad list here for this fixture between Germany and Switzerland. Start with Germany.
Thank you, Ryan. Number 7, Feli Fischer. 8, Marco Rollman. 9, Effie Onanmis. 10, Acacia Cossa, unfortunately is not with us due to illness. 12, Ludwig Leinweber. 13, Romy Poschk. 14, Johannes Koch. 15, Daniel Olek, with coach Nuri Onamis and Kai Rollman as his assistant on the bench. And for Switzerland,
going through them squads. Players for Switzerland: number 1, Gwendel Del Place; number 2, Christian Block; number 8, Gabriele Panico; number 10, Bekir Ganiji; number 14, Emanuele Ratz; number 33, Mathieu Courvoisier. Their coaches for this one: Florian Tissier and Altrim Rexipi. So the final game in the initial round robin stage of the EPFA Cup 2022. A win and or draw for Germany would see them secure their semi-final placing against Scotland at 5:45. Would also confirm Belgium's semi-final against Spain, set to kick off at 4 o'clock on pitch A. All streaming information will be released at the conclusion of this group game, so please stay tuned and updated on the European Powerchair Football Association's Facebook page.
our match officials for today's game. We have in the centre Rémi Simon from France, assisted by Niels Christian Simonsen, Millie Bean, and our 4th official is Tony Christensen. Lots of experience in amongst our match officials.
So this European Powerchair Football Association, or EPFA, competition is proudly sanctioned by our world governing body FIFA, supported by a host of partners and sponsors. A huge thank you to UEFA, Goals Beyond Grass, the Loterie Ramond, and this amazing venue where we've been since last Thursday, setting up and delivering games since Monday, the Centre Sportif de l'Equave. You won't see from the stream cameras, we've obviously got pitch A in front of us. In between pitch A and pitch B is all of our streaming equipment. In the room behind us, there's a huge breakout team room with designated tents for each of the 7 competing nations, and a further room behind that where classification has been taking place. So it really does have everything. The Centre Sportif de l'Equave here in Geneva, Switzerland.
Just to talk through a little bit of classification there for people that don't know how that works in powerchair football. All players are assessed on how their disability and impairments affect their ability to play the game. They're then given a classification of a PF1 or a PF2, or potentially no classification. But with the PF1s and PF2 situation, they then have to have a maximum of 2 PF2s on the pitch at any one time, PF1s with a higher level of impairment. Rather than say you've got to have 2 1s, we say maximum of 2 2s. That allows for a 1 to be sent off in the unlikely event that that happens, but also means you can have 4 PF1s if you'd like to as well.
So our referee Remy Simon, hailing from France, blows his whistles to get proceedings underway. Marco Roman with the initial kick-off. He has options of F8 Can or Namis to his right, and Daniil Olek to his left. In goal, Romy Puchk lining up for Switzerland. They have Bekir Ganiji, the most defensive player, Emmanuel Rat adorning that green goalkeeper jersey of Switzerland, as F8 Can or Namis has a chance here. A rotated spin kick, not in the direction of goal, which allows Daniil Olek to try and open the scoring back to his captain, Marco Roman. Onamis finds the gap. Olek now with a chance to open the scoring in the first minute. Emmanuel Rat clears. As I was saying, Bekir Ganiji in goal, Emmanuel Rat, Christian Block, and far up the field of play, probably out of shot currently, is number 33, Mathieu Courvoisier. On the bench for Switzerland, they have Gwendel Delplace and Gabriele Panico. For Germany, they have Johannes Koch, Feli Fischer, and Ludwig Leinweber.
Germany setting their stall out early in this game. Marco Roman looking to find passes out to his wingers early on, get the ball moving. A very powerful crossfield ball from Daniil Olek to Onanis, and again he sends full spin, trying to find that gap.
Emmanuel Rat to take. She has Christian Block in support. Mathieu Courvoisier now in a much deeper position. Daniil Olek quickly limits the room of the Switzerland goalkeeper.
Namis looking to rotate if need be, vacates the space down that wing, sits in behind to receive the ball if Daniil Olek can get it free and cut the ball back. He can now.
Blocked by Emmanuel Rat, didn't get the accuracy he would have wanted. Now Bekir Ganiji called into action. Unfortunate ricochet off the chair of Emmanuel Rat, sends it goal bound, but they adjust accordingly.
So Daniil Olek and Marco Roman judged to be a 2-on-1 there. Both looking to get involved in that play. Marco Roman hoping that Daniil Olek was going to back off. Daniil Olek hoping that Marco Roman was going to back off. 2-on-1 inside the box is taken at the top of the area, as to not penalise the defending team by making them take a set piece on the edge of their box. Roman out to Olek. Olek's looking at a spin pass across to Namis, but doesn't quite get his timing right.
Certainly the right idea from the German number 55, got in a good position. His chair just not doing what he wanted it to.
That's a pattern of play Germany have attempted 3 or 4 times now. Roman from the centre out to Olek. Lets it pass him on his left-hand side. Complete spin in the opposite direction and contacting the ball to send it across to Nanmis. If they can get it to work, it looks like it will be able to create a scoring opportunity for them.
So of the 5 games that Germany have played so far in the EPFA Cup 2022, they've won 2, drawn 1, lost 2, currently sit on 7 points, the same as Italy, but a more favourable goal distance sees them maintain their current position.
Roman just getting in too close as that ball rolled onto Ananmis. If they'd have pulled off a little bit earlier. Our referee will let them play on. So ball into Rollman again. He sends it out back to Oleg. Oleg looks to keep the ball moving.
Intercepted well by Christian Block. We have another German kick in, be taken by Marco Rollman, the captain for Germany.
I think we know where this is going. Inside Oleg's chair. He'll spin across looking for a non-miss. Oh no, change up.
The pick off back to Rollman on the edge. Christian Block there to limit the space. He just lets that roll out of play for another German kick in on non-miss. Isolated in that top right hand corner. They're going to try and work the ball over to him at some point. Emmanuel Rat clears for Switzerland. Daniel Olek wedged well into that top left hand corner.
Can Rollman see some space at the top there? He can. He didn't quite get it inside the area.
A crucial nick of the ball from Christian Block. Otherwise it was surely heading in the path of that winger. FA Can on Namis on the right. They've just switched sides now. Olek on the right. Namis comes over to take the corner. Seen this a lot with Germany throughout the tournament. Corner taker, aiming for the front bumper of Marco Rollman. Emmanuel Ratz looks like she's limited the space at that front post. So it'll be interesting to see what they do.
She's now spun onto the pitch, which she's not allowed to do. So referee Simon will correct that. The goalkeeper being the only designated player to be allowed behind the goal line. But she cannot be on the pitch at the point at which the corner is taken.
So, FA Can on Namis. Going to fire it in the box towards captain Marco Rollman. And sends it goal bound, cleared by Emmanuel Ratz. Back to Onamis. From Rollman, back to Onamis. Good pass, finds the captain on the edge. Akir Ganiji called into defensive action. Must have deemed Christian Block to have encroached into the penalty area. For all those wondering, the hazard tape at the edge of the pitch designates our pitch dimensions. Likewise, the hazard tapes just where the ball lies on currently designates the penalty area. So Rollman to take Olek to the left, Onamis to the right. Has to go via a chair. Back from Olek to Rollman. And they've worked the space well. From Rollman to Olek. Olek to Rollman. Back to Olek, who found the gap in between Bekir Ganiji and Emmanuel Ratz. And just under 8 minutes gone. Germany take the lead. Germany 1, Switzerland 0.
So, as mentioned earlier, the goalkeeper's only player allowed to be behind the goal line. I think our assistant referee Niels spotted outfield player for Switzerland creeping very close to or just behind the goal line as part of that play. As a goal was scored, he got away with it. If you go behind the goal line in power chair and you're an outfield player and you stop a goal being scored, the laws state that is a direct red card. So I suspect Switzerland would be grateful for the goal being scored on that occasion if that was the case. That's something to keep an eye on.
So FA Can and Namis passes it to Marco Rollman. Makes his way all the way into the Switzerland half, past Christian Block. Likewise, he tries to find a way past that number 14, Emmanuel Ratz. Very slow pace to this game in the opening 10 or so minutes. Germany putting themselves in the ascendancy early on. and currently sit third in the EPFA Cup 2022 standings.
Here comes the slightly unusual setup that Switzerland have displayed previously at corners, where they leave a big gap at the front post, and this time Marco Rollman has spotted that, set himself up for a tap-in if Onanmis can find him.
Akir Ganiji adjusts accordingly, but leaves that gap at the back post. Superb accuracy on that corner from EPFA Can Onanmis, finds Olek at the back post, and the number 55 for Germany doubles his and Germany's advantage. Germany 2, Switzerland 0.
That corner setup does leave a lot of space at the front post, and Rollman saw it, put himself in position for a tap-in, and that resulted in the Swiss defender, number 10, Bakir Ganiji, needing to adjust his position, and that left the space for the ball all the way to the back post for Daniel Olek to slot in. Germany 2, Switzerland 0.
So I would have liked to have seen Block just stay in a more advanced position and Emmanuel Ratz to have picked that momentum off that ball, but they chose otherwise. So Rollman now has possession of the ball in the centre circle. Take a miracle now from Switzerland to secure a win from this game, as Rollman rotates spin kicks, completely mistimes it, allows Mathieu Courvoisier to be involved for the first time in this fixture, 11 minutes in. As I was saying, this all but confirms Germany's semi-final against Scotland at 5:45 local Swiss time.
Germany have rotated their standard positions. However, Onanmis drives down to the corner to put Marco Rollman back as the top player. Finds a great little ball through. Can he find Olek? Not quite. The Swiss do have a very tight line in their defensive setup, with the keeper at the top of the box. Outfield player hugging that line on the area. Try and prevent any crossfield balls for being able to be made, but Rollman managed to sneak one through there, but not quite finding it all the way across. Put it into a dangerous position now on Onanmis to get enough power on that ball, and up to Rollman had to encroach within the 2-on-1 distance. Free kick to Switzerland.
Looks like Bakir Ganiji is going to come over to take. Emmanuel Ratz just drops off. German 3 attacking players condensing the Switzerland.
Daniel Olek could be the goal here.
Players in their half. Rolls out of play.
Just thought Daniel Olek had taken up a great position there. If Marco Rollman could have intercepted that, picked it off and sent it his way, he had a big open goal. As it was, the free kick was just got away from Rollman, but he sends it in this time. Olek attempting that pattern of play we saw early on.
Once again, definitely the right idea from Daniel Olek. His chair just not manoeuvring quick enough in order for him to connect with the ball. Probably would have seen across the tournament a number of varied power chairs, football specific power chairs being used. As Onanmis just as a 180 turn to focus his attention on that right hand wing. Rollman covered in the centre by Christian Block. Now maintains his position in reverse. Block now trying to pick out Mathieu Courvoisier, restricted by Marco Rollman. Comes in the direction of Emmanuel Ratz. Daniel Olek giving Rollman the space on the left hand wing. Fires it back, not enough accuracy and or power to find Daniel Olek. And Emmanuel Ratz defends well. Once again, Emmanuel Ratz leaving her designated box. So it's going to be a 2-on-1 indirect free kick for Germany. With 5.5 minutes left to play of this first half. options for Marco Rollman. Try and find a way for Germany to score their third. Oleg and Onanmis in support. Has to go via a chair of opponent and or teammate. Goes for Onanmis, fires it across the box. Oleg looking for his hat trick, and he gets it. Really great passing from the Germans. Went through all three attacking players, eventually finding Daniel Oleg on the left-hand side to put Germany 3-0 up. It secures his hat-trick.
Lovely team goal. All three outfield players involved. And it looks like that's been a trigger for the German coach to ask our fourth official, Tony Christensen, for a substitution at the next break of play. Potentially Johannes Koch coming on, who has his chair powered up, and maybe Feli Fischer as well, who's kitted up as a replacement goalkeeper.
Rollman evades Christian Block, puts it in the path of Daniel Oleg. Once again, the rotated spin kick was restricted by the Switzerland defenders, and it goes out for a Switzerland goal kick. Going to get that substitution Alex just mentioned. It's going to be Feli Fischer and Johannes Koch coming on. And number 13, Romy Puchk, leaves the field of play, yet to really have any involvement in this fixture in the German goal. So Feli Fischer takes her place. They're just going to bring the captain, Marco Rollman, just being stripped of his captain's armband, and it will be adorned on the arm of number 14, Johannes Koch, just readying himself to come on. So on he comes to take the position in the centre for Germany as they look to build on this 3-0 lead.
Koch immediately into the action, intercepting a Swiss goal kick. Tries to push it down towards Onanmis, but the pace he needed to intercept and do the pick-off meant the ball cannoned off the front of his chair and has gone out for a kick-in. Tough place for a kick-in, right down in the corner there.
So I believe our first placing game set to take place at 2:30 here on pitch A is pretty much confirmed, where place 6 will play place 7, and that will be Austria versus Switzerland. So consecutive games for our host Switzerland.
Just before that kick-in was taken, the Swiss made a quick substitution. Carvoisier has gone off, and on comes number 1, Gwendal Del Place. Taking up an advanced position for the Swiss. Block then with the kick-in. Johannes Koch for Germany intercepts, but can't get the ball past Manuel Ratz.
Too forceful from the Switzerland goalkeeper there, just driving into the back of Johannes Koch's chair.
She acknowledged that and apologised straight away.
A warning from referee Remy Simon. I assume the last she will receive in this fixture before he is to show further action. We've had a fair few yellow cards in the EPFA Cup 2022 so far. Just ricocheting between the chairs of Christian Block and Johannes Koch. Onanmis. Does well to get some momentum down that right-hand wing. Past Christian Block.
And it's got out to Olek, who front bumpers straight back in. Is picked up by Block. Back with Germans. Foul there by... Oh no, he's given a 2-on-1 and a contact foul. He's given 2-on-1 first and discussed the contact there between Cock and Block.
Emmanuel Rat to take.
Definitely 2-on-1 given first as indirect.
The referee, Remy Simon, blows the whistle for half-time. Germany very much on top in this final group game, all but confirming their spot in their semi-final against Scotland later this evening. Germany 3, Switzerland 0, a Daniel Olek hat-trick in the first half separates the sides. Join us shortly. Hello and welcome back to the final EPFA Cup 2022 group game. Currently between Germany and Switzerland, separated by 3 German goals, 3 Daniel Olek goals. Once again joined by co-commentator Alex Dowding.
Pleasure to be here, Ryan. And looking at the teams that have come out for the second half, they have no changes from how they finished the first.
Let's go through Germany's quickly. Feli Fischer in goal, Daniel Olek, Johannes Koch, and F8 Can on Nanmis.
Getting the ball moving faster than they were in the first half. Unfortunately, they're just a bit close on the pitch there.
As the referee positions his ball, I'll go through the Switzerland team very promptly. Bekir Ganiji, the most defensive. Emmanuel Ratz, wearing the goalkeeper jersey for Switzerland. Christian Bloch and Gwendal Del Place make up their 4. Referee Remy Simon, officials in Millie Bean and Niels Christensen Simonsson, with a 4th official of Tony Christiansen.
Feli Fischer called into action as Gwendal Del Place brings the ball up for Switzerland. Johannes Koch will need to be careful not to get too close, as the goalkeeper Feli was out of the box, but it's gone out. Gwendal Del Place winning Switzerland a corner, kick-in. Very high up the pitch. Referee Remy Simon marks out the 5 metres defensive players need to be. Christian Bloch looks to take.
Ricochet, Gwendal Del Place at the back post. A chance to register a goal for Switzerland. It would have been his first of the tournament. But Johannes Koch clears for Germany, past the chair of Emmanuel Ratz, all the way into the Switzerland box. Referee ready to blow the whistle. Allows play to continue, given the advantage.
Blown for an earlier 2-on-1. Wait to see if there was any advantage, a long advantage, but not given, not appearing. So referee Remy Simon given the 2-on-1 right at the edge of the box and mark out 5 metres. That 5 metres applies to all the players, including the goalkeeper, unless of course goalkeeper is off the pitch behind the goal line. However, they've left a lot of space here in front of Emmanuel Ratz. A fairly straightforward scoring opportunity. Koch into Onanmis, touch the ball over the line.
Goes all the way through without contact of the chair of FA Can Onanmis. So play will resume with a Switzerland goal kick.
Slightly off target by Koch. Gave Onanmis a difficult contact to make. Didn't quite get it. So Swiss goal kick taken by Ratz.
All the way through the Swiss and German players. Feli Fischer called into action. Gwendal Del Place with a chance to send the ball goal bound. Intercepted once again by Feli Fischer.
Well controlled by Johannes Koch in the middle, who turns, gets past Bloch, finds a gap between.
Miscommunication between FA Can Onanmis and Johannes Koch left the referee Remy Simon no choice but to award a 2-on-1 in favour of Switzerland.
German bench getting quite animated, trying to encourage their team to pass the ball and ease off on the driving all the way through. Koch being given instructions to pass, which he does do this time.
Onanmis.
Back to Koch. Can he?
Gwendal Del Place now with an opportunity to attack for Switzerland. Rotates his chair nicely. It's going to be met by Feli Fischer. Koch has to give his winger the space. He's He's lucky not to be awarded a 2-on-1 there. The referee in the end does award it. Johannes Koch wasn't great with his positioning there, driving towards the chair of FA Can Onanmis. Spatial awareness, absolutely key in power chair football, knowing your proximity to both opposition players and your teammates.
Looks like it'll be Rats into block, an attempt to push on to Gwendal Del Place, but Daniel Olek saw what was happening, jumped in, intercepted the ball, taken advantage of the 2-on-1 rule by going between Rats and block, both of them trying to back off to avoid the 2-on-1, left the gap. The result in attacking drive resulted in a Swiss kick-in deep into their defensive territory.
Christian Block to take. 26 minutes gone, Germany 3, Switzerland 0. As Daniel Olek looks to add to his already impressive goal tally.
Rats with the indirect free kick. Finds Del Place, but quickly intercepted by Johannes Koch. Spreads the ball wide to Olek. Not quite the fluid movement they want, but they've switched positions. They've got Olek now in the centre, up against block.
Del Place does well to vacate the space, allowing Christian Block to occupy the position of the right wing. Going to try and find a way past the back of Feli Fischer's chair. Gwendal Del Place trapped. Really unfortunately for the Swiss. He's looking to put himself in a position to score a goal at that near side post. But Block's oncoming advances meant he was trapped. The 2-on-1 is awarded.
First 2-on-1 offence, I think, was Fischer and Block. Rami Simon played advantage, but no advantage coming. He's gone back to the original 2-on-1 offence, giving Switzerland another set piece. Now the last one went Rats to Block over to Del Place to try and sneak it in at the back post. Will they have a different routine this time, or is this the similar pattern of play just executed better? Straight to Del Place this time. Oh, it tries to find.
Goal bound, blocked by Feli Fischer. The German number 7. Good pressure from Switzerland. Arguably some of their best in the tournament so far. They'll be looking to improve in their placing game later this afternoon. We'll get all the confirmed times at the conclusion of this fixture, but it looks like it's shaping up for an Austria-Switzerland placing game to begin with. Set to kick off at 2:30 local Swiss time. That'll be followed by our semi-final. Should it finish as is currently, Germany would book a spot in a semi-final 2. With Scotland at 5:45, Belgium will play Spain in semi-final 1 at 4 o'clock local Swiss time. Please adjust to the time zone accordingly. Going to get a German change as Johannes Koch.
The ball's landed. Olek at the back post, goes for the fire.
Bekir Ganiji limiting the space at that far side post really well to prevent Olek's and Germany's fourth. Going to get that change that Germany have been readying for some time. It's going to be Ludwig Leinweber to come on, and it's going to be FA Can Onanmis leaving. Off comes the number 9, on comes the number 12, and Germany will have a corner kick to try and find their fourth.
Proud moment for the German chair technician, who also is Ludwig's father.
Ludwig Leinweber, with his first involvement, drives the ball into the box. Now 2 players up for Switzerland. He puts it into the path of Gwendal Del Place. They need to communicate between them, otherwise they'll be too condensed. Christian Block should have stepped off the gas just slightly, and Gwendal Del Place should have come to meet it, but slight miscommunication between the two allows Germany to get their positioning back in order.
It was definitely a case of neither was backing off, and then they both realised that one of them needed to, and at the same time both reversed away from the ball. And that will probably be Gwendal Del Place's last involvement in this game.
So off comes Gwendal Del Place, and on comes number 8, Gabriele Panico. Johannes Koch with the option of Ludwig Leinweber down the left-hand wing. Daniel Olek at the back post. A pick-off from Leinweber. 2 condensed from the German attackers there. Johannes Koch should have dropped off, but didn't. And Switzerland will have a free kick to resume play.
With all power chair football, you need to be extremely precise to pull off your plays. And just the slightest mistiming, miscommunication can cause the ball to slow down or 2-on-1 offence to be given. So Koch and Block in the middle, going back and forth across the pitch. Both looking to territory for their game, for their team. Remy Simon indicating a set ball. Don't know if that's because the ball left the pitch between the 2 chairs, or whether there was both were too forceful at the same time and a dual offence was committed. If the ball leaves the pitch at exactly 90 degrees whilst between 2 chairs, that is a set ball restart rather than a kick-in. Koch getting the better of the set ball, but then not being able to keep it in play, and sends it out. Block then with the kick-in for Switzerland. Looking to find Panico or Rats.
Christian Block to take. Johannes Koch takes over to Leinweber. Again, they're very condensed, them German players on that left-hand wing. The referee goes to blow the whistle. Gives it in the favours Germany in that instance. Johannes Koch hasn't been given his left side winger much space to operate. Fortunate there for it to go in the other way. So Johannes Koch will have the option of Olek or Leinweber, goes down the line, straight out of play for a Switzerland goal kick.
Again, a similar pattern of play that the German team have attempted a few times. This time it was with Ludwig down in the corner, but again, didn't quite get the contact or the timing.
So around 6 minutes remaining in the final EPFA Cup 2022 round robin stage game between Germany and Switzerland. Gabriele Panico tries to cushion and keep the momentum in the direction of the German box. Isn't able to do so. Condensed Christian Block, 2-on-1 in favour of Germany. Starting to become very fragmented late in this second half. Surely favour the Germans, who are on their way to a semi-final with Scotland.
Well, I think the Swiss play a very tight defensive unit anyway, and with Rollman not on the pitch, Koch is being too tight with his
Olek
wingers.
cleared by Bekir Ganiji. 3 in the box. Christian Block just positioning his chair slightly over that hazard tape, designating that penalty area of Switzerland. So we're going to get an indirect free kick for Germany to try and register a 4th in this game. Goal difference doesn't really matter as long as Germany get the 3 points.
So Remy Simon making sure everyone is 5 metres all behind the line defensively. Daniel Olek talking Johannes Koch through what he wants him to do. So Koch on the ball.
Fires it towards Olek, over to Ludwig Leinweber. Doesn't quite go over the line. The referee continues play and eventually awards a 2-on-1 in favour of Switzerland.
German fans and the players wanting a goal awarded there.
So Emmanuel Ratz to take. Down the line, down to Gabriele Panico. Fantastic pass. Too much pace initially for the control, and a ricocheted shot from Gabriele Panico just wide of the left-hand post. Promising signs for the Switzerland team. And number 8, I would have loved a goal there to cap off the EPFA Cup 2022 round robin stage. They'll have a chance to improve later this afternoon when they take on Austria. Further games tomorrow for Switzerland in the placing games, where they'll face Italy. Also, another ricocheted shot, this time cleared by Feli Fischer in the German goal. She has to stay alert. He has to vacate the space well in order to not Christian Block just trying to get the better of the German defence. I'd like to see Gabriele Panico occupy that right wing. He's just about to go over there, but Christian Block reverses, so Gabriele Panico slightly trapped in where he needs to position his chair. Good pass. Gabriele Panico now with an opportunity here, intercepted by Johannes Koch in the nick of time. 2.5 minutes remaining. Much better from our host nation, Switzerland. Johannes Koch down to Leinweber. Back into Johannes Koch. Now Christian Block is going to try and get up for Switzerland if he can wrap his chair round the left-hand side of the ball.
Olek vacates this wing position. Ludwig was looking to take up.
Should that have passed from Christian Block found his advanced winger Gabriele Panico, they would surely have had a goal scoring opportunity. Gabriele Panico very isolated up top. Germany confident in leaving 3 attacking players forward at all times. Leaves them open to the potential counter-attack from Switzerland.
Johannes Koch could just do with playing a couple of metres deeper, giving himself a bit more space and a bit more time.
Christian Block ricochets off his and Olek's chair. The scorer of all 3 goals in this game.
Two on one, given by assistant referee Millie Bean. Looks like it will be taken by Daniel Olek. Ludwig on the far post. Koch in the box. Daniel Olek fires it across to try and find Ludwig.
2-on-1. Ludwig Leinweber and Johannes Koch. Too close to one another. We approach the final 10 seconds of this game. Germany 3, Switzerland 0. It's likely to end as that kick from Emmanuel Rat. Too much pace for her advanced attacker, Panico. And the referee gets his whistle ready to blow for full time. This confirms Germany's spot in the semi-final, where they'll face Scotland at 5:45. Belgium will take on Spain. Next up, on court A, Switzerland will take on Austria in the first of our 3 playoff placing games. 1 today, further tomorrow. Please stay posted on social media, YouTube, Twitter, to be updated on the final round robin table and the details for our upcoming live streams in the EPFA Cup 2022. Thank you all. See you shortly.